Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new. So let me show you what I've been up to, where I've been, why I haven't been uploading. Basically, I have been transforming a room in my house. It went from pretty much a dump room to a nice cozy room that's functional. And this is what's supposed to be the dining room. So this room now has three uses. It's a dining room, and then I've got a little coffee bar situation behind me, and then it is also a craft room or a craft storage room for my daughter, an art storage room for my daughter. Before I show you the before, and I would very much not like any judgment, I need to tell you how it became that way. When we moved in this house, which was 6 years ago now, my daughter was 4. She had a lot of toys. She kept being given a lot of toys against my best efforts, but you know how it's like. So we used this room as storage for her toys. It was supposed to be a playroom. We also had a dining room in here, which we intended to dine at, you know, to eat at as much as we could, but not really, because of the purpose of the room. The dining table ended up being storage table, and yeah, I've tried to reorganize this room several times. Every time it would become a mess because lots of toys, lots of craft stuff. We needed to be in a certain phase of life, or you know, where my daughter was and her interests were, so we could kind of like really condense her stuff so we have room for the other stuff, because it's not a huge room. So that's what we started with. Lots of toys that we try to organize in some way, and then about a year and a half ago we got some new shelves for in the living room, which you can see through this doorway here. You see it's one part of the shelves, but we had other bookshelves, like kind of like my old ones from my old house that we used. So where do we put them? What do we do with them? I didn't want to not throw them out. I didn't want to pass them on, because I thought I could use these for something at some point. The idea was for them to go up in my daughter's bedroom, because she's starting to get more books. So she can arrange her books on that one, but she didn't want to, so they ended up in here. It became this. And then January time we had a leak in the kitchen, and they had to remove a worktop from the kitchen because of the leak. Did I just spill coffee? Everything that was on our worktop ended up, guess where? In here. We don't have a lot of cupboards in the kitchen, so we got these extra units which end up on top of the dining table, so the dining table wasn't usable anymore. And that also made it difficult for me to use my computer, because I tend to use it down here and usually at the dining table, which yeah, made it difficult to do a lot of stuff, including editing videos. So that happened, and this room ended up being even worse than before. And actually, before that happened, I actually started to declutter a little bit, and then that put a spanner in the works. So I kind of stopped for a little while. Right, so now that you've seen that before, you can understand how overwhelming that job is. And I did put it off for a couple of months, because of how overwhelming it was, just to kind of like work out a plan of action. We always wanted a coffee bar / station in this room to make some space in the kitchen, which, like I said, doesn't have a lot of cupboard space. We wanted a little Dolce Gusto. We wanted a air fryer. I still want a kitchen stand mixer, but there was absolutely no room to have it, and even to store it. And I know myself, I know that if I store kitchen appliances instead of having them out on the counter, I will not use them, or I will not enjoy using them, because of the faff to take everything out, put everything back in. So this idea was in our heads for quite a long time, but it's just executing it that was very hard and overwhelming. So I started by just giving myself 15 to 20 minutes every day to go through a little section and declutter that one, or box if I had something to box, if I wanted to keep something. And I'm just thinking now, if I had, let's say, 2 weeks of doing nothing but sorting this room out, if I didn't have to prepare dinners, if I didn't have to be a parent, if I didn't have to go to work, I would have done it in 2 weeks. But because I only had maybe an hour each day to, not even each day, but most days to dedicate to this room, I had to work in a little section and had to break down all the tasks and compartmentalize. So that's kind of like my biggest tip. If you find yourself with a big job, start small. Start with your easiest job, easy win, and yeah, go from there. I will show you what I've done eventually. So about a month in, when I started to declutter some of my daughter's stuff, and then the kitchen situation happened, I wrote myself a to-do list. I have over here everything that I still need to get for this room. There is one thing in here. It was my daughter's old wardrobe, which I thought, oh, this could be a very good storage unit if I get like those extendable shelves things. However, it didn't fit in here. It just didn't fit. So that's something that I'm probably gonna put on a Buy Nothing website, on the local one. And then I've got my little to-do list here, which I found very, very useful because I was getting myself so worked up over this room, and writing all of this down I found so useful. So continue with sorting, boxing stuff, which was what I was doing. Continue decluttering. I started at some point to, but initially I started decluttering, but then at some point I just started boxing things and decluttering as I went. And things now are not like completely sorted. You'll need a second, maybe a third pass as well. So take as much as possible out. Luckily we do have space to take things out and store them in there. If you don't have space, maybe a shed. If you live in a flat, it's probably trickier. But we did have that space, so I made use of it. Ordered a new stuff. This actually I didn't order until later on. Paint the unit, which was this unit. This I got for free from a neighbor. But it needed painting. That took quite a while. I will talk about it later. Take everything out and wash the walls. I won't wash this wall. I haven't washed the other one. I still gotta wash that one and like rearrange some things. Put the rug down. Then build the units, which are the units that I bought, and then put everything back in. So that was my plan of action, and it was so useful. So today is the 6th of April. As you can see, I have some progress, as there is no furniture behind me. I have removed those modular things, those cube things. I am almost at the stage of putting the rug down. So as you can see, I have moved the shelving units against this wall. At the moment, this one is housing my daughter's crafts. And also down there, we've got some games, board games, things like that. I am probably gonna put some more toys or other things in there that were also in those cube storage. That's the table that's got all sorts of stuff on top of it. So I've got to move as much as I can off the table. Try and fit a few in there. Then move the table and then put the rug down. It honestly, so far, I cannot believe I got so far. I honestly cannot believe I got so far. Like, just moving these shelves over here was a task in itself. but once it's been on, it doesn't feel so scary anymore. I've also got what is currently my daughter's craft station down here. That's easy to be moved out. Just this whole thing on the table that I'm a little bit concerned about. Where is it gonna go? Yeah. Once I put the rug down, then furniture can go back in and I can start ordering the furniture that we need for in here. I still have that unit to paint. I still have the kitchen unit to paint, but I think I will paint it inside. My plan was to paint it in the garden, but it has been so rainy, and today is not raining, but it's very, very windy. So I think I'll just paint it in here. We're just gonna see where it's gonna go in relation to plugs, because we only have one set of plugs that's in the corner of the room. So yeah, we have to decide where that kitchen unit will go. And well, I call it a kitchen unit. It's basically a cabinet that I got from somebody who was moving out. So yeah, we'll have to see what that's gonna go, and I think I'll paint it on the spot that it's gonna go. Obviously I'm gonna put stuff around it so it doesn't, you know, the paint doesn't splash in now, especially with the rug, new rug being down. So it doesn't fit through the doors, and I'm on my own at the minute, so I'm gonna leave it here. Actually, what I need to do is move some stuff back into the kitchen. So I'm gonna move the table back so I have actually space to go into the kitchen. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just realized it's probably best to bring the rug in. Now, ideally this rug would have been wider, so then I could have had it that way. But I'm thinking this way would work fine, because we'll probably have the table along that way anyway, so we don't need the rug all the way under the table. I could have gotten a wider rug, but it would have been longer as well. And the thing is, if it was any longer, it would come under the door, and we wouldn't have been able to move the door, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking of putting it this way, or just go in the middle, because we will have furniture at the side on that side. I think this will be the rug for now. If we need to move it after, we'll move it after. It is what it is. Right, let's put this thing back. So actually I've decided to put the table now where it's actually going to go, just so I can have a better look at the rug. They will be sitting on that side, so it will be either be this way or turn the table around and be more in the middle. And then that was the other idea, and have the sitting bit on that side. I'm thinking of getting like a sofa. I have this idea of I want a sofa, so I'll have to leave it as it is. All the stuff that I had on the table that I haven't moved to the shelves. We'll go back to the table for now and stop here for now and order the furniture and paint that unit. So yeah. So I am going to take you through this room section by section. Like I said, things still need some organization, some things still need a few finishing touches here and there. But this is something that I plan to do in the summer when I have a little bit more time, and also I can go through certain things with my daughter so she can decide what she wants to keep or what is, or maybe she wants to keep everything, but at least I know. So we are going to start from the ugly section, which is holding all the crafts and all the art supplies. These are the old wardrobes. Not wardrobes, why do I keep saying wardrobes? The old bookshelves I was on about. So that definitely needs a lot more organization and a bit more decluttering, but that's, like I said, that's something that I will do with my daughter in the summertime. And in time I am planning on getting Billy bookcases for that. That's gonna look much neater. These shelves are IKEA. They used to do them like, I want to say 10 years ago, and they were like the cheapest ones. I think they were like £12. And yeah, we've got some stuff that my daughter made for school. We've got some board games over there, which are not in the ideal location because we can't get to them. Obviously that needs to be organized. Then this is my daughter's craft desk, which we got specifically for this remodel, whatever you want to call it. This desk is from IKEA and it's adjustable, which I really love. And she absolutely loved it when she saw it in IKEA. So we got this desk for her. I still have some shelves here that were here before as well, which housed some of her art things. Ideally, this shelf would be gone. Probably, well, I could probably use it in the shed actually. And then all of this will be moved in this section. On the walls, those are some old pictures, don't look. On the walls, I do want to get like a little bit of artwork, maybe something to do with coffee, maybe something to do with dining and kitchen and things like that. That is a painting that my grandma made, so that's not going anywhere. Right, then we come here where our dining area is, and we have this bench. I wanted initially one of those like a sofa, like one of those dining sofas. An actual dining sofa is very expensive, so I was actually looking at two-seater sofas because some of them are tall enough that you can actually use them at your dining table. But measuring everything, I just realized that I just didn't have the space. So I went for this bench instead, which is an end of bed bench. That's what it's advertised as. This one I got from Amazon. Initially I wanted to go for the gray color because we do love neutrals. You will see a lot of neutrals in this room, but then I thought everything is neutral, let's go for this color. So I've seen it as well and it looked so good. Let's go for this color, especially since I can get these chairs. These, you can find them on Amazon and other websites everywhere basically, but they come in so many different colors, so I could get the chairs to match this little bench, and it's nice to have the little pop of color. Right over here I have a cushion that I had from forever. This is my partner's from before. It's nice to have that little reading lamp there. This is the table, which I've had for forever. I've got it from a charity shop. This tablecloth, which I'm very happy to make use of finally, is from my grandma. My grandma embroidered it herself, so very special. Birdnest box, but needs to go outside on the fence. But I've replaced the curtains in here, neutral grey curtains. What else could you expect from me? I actually had these lying around in the house somewhere. I bought them initially because I wanted to use them in a bedroom, but they were supposed to be blackout, but they're actually not blackout enough. They're about 80% blackout. And instead of returning them, because I hadn't gathered them or anything because they're pencil pleat, instead of returning them, I knew that I would use them somewhere. I think I planned on using them in this room actually, because the curtains we had before, they came with a house. And then these ties I adore, and I'm so sad I can't get this anymore. I got them from a small business on Amazon years and years ago. They came in a pack of 4, and I have 2 that I'm already using, and I kept these around because I like them so much, and I thought, oh, I'll use them for something someday. And yeah, that day came, and I like how they tie in nicely with the embroidery on the tablecloth. Right, we're moving this way. You can see some empty space there because the cat decided that's her corner, and you know cats rule the house. I do have some shelves that I could put up there to get us a little bit more storage. And then we're coming here to the unit I got for storage, which is a Billy bookcase with 2 doors. Initially I wanted a proper storage unit that IKEA have on their website, but I was measuring it, that it would have been a little bit too wide, and I also wanted the height. I have noticed that it's a lot easier to organize things and make them look neater by height rather than horizontal. So yeah, that's what I've done. I went for a big height. This is the deep Billy one as well, so it gives you quite a lot of space. This over here is housing some old toys that are that my daughter still wants to keep because they're like collector items, or toys that you can't find anymore, so they're very rare nowadays. Like we've got some Moshi Monsters toys, hamsters in a house, those they don't make anymore, and then some other little bits and bobs that still needs more organization. And then this bit here still obviously needs organization. These boxes, they house seasonal decorations, which I kind of like. They're actually for, well, they are organizer boxes from IKEA as well. But yeah, that needs a little bit more of an organization. I've got my cookbooks there. And then we come to this unit, which has been the bane of my life. I actually got it for free from a neighbor who was moving out. The initial wood is kind of like the back of this, so I painted it white. It took a week to paint this. Like I said, I only had like about an hour each day, and only having an hour to paint, and then letting it dry in between coats and everything. Yeah, took about a week. It's not perfect. It still has little bits where you could tell it still needs maybe another coat, but I'm very happy with it. It's my first time painting such large furniture, so yeah, I'm happy with it. All right, let's take you through here. Obviously I put some teapots there and a vase. Our most used stuff are out on the shelves. Again, this will get more organized or reduced as we use the unit, as we use things, we realize what we like or where we like them. So things are a bit all over the place right now. We treat ourselves to a little dolce gusto. There's our kettle. In here I've got my teas. Again, they need a little bit more organization, but at the minute they're staying here. And then in here we've got coffees and hot chocolate, some sweetener. Then under here I still have some teas that I don't know where to put. I don't have space for them. Some more pods. I don't have space for a lot of mugs. I love mugs. I think, yeah, my partner loves mugs as well. My daughter loves mugs as well. Who doesn't love mugs? So yeah, more mugs there. Slow cooker, Starbucks cups on all sorts of variations, some other glass stuff, drinking vessels. And here I have my kitchen mixer and then like a kitchen appliance. I don't know how to describe it right now. If I do get a kitchen stand mixer, that's probably gonna go, so that's gonna give a little bit more space there. And then other things I'm thinking of getting is probably a fake plant to go on there, probably like a long one to drop down. These plants are also from IKEA. They're the ones that you just stick to the wall or to another surface. They're actually quite cool. And then another touch I've added, just some stickers from Amazon with a coffee design. And of course, I have to tell you about the rug. I think, in my opinion, this rug is what makes this room so cozy and so inviting. Without this rug, it just wouldn't be the same. We would still use the room, we would still enjoy the room, but not as much as having this rug. And I was so nervous when I bought this. I bought it from Wayfair, so it was obviously online, and I've seen it and I just fell in love with it because you could tell it had like this 3D kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of 3D maybe, if you want to. It's got these different textures. This is actually very soft, which you couldn't tell online that it was soft. But I just loved it with the cream and the grey, you know, everything would go with what I planned on having in here. Like initially I did want a grey sofa, so it would have worked with that, but I have grey curtains. But I was so nervous about it because I was like, I love this one, I'm gonna get this one, but what if nobody else likes it? However, once I put it down, both my partner and my daughter were like, this rug is amazing. I will link it if I can. I also managed to get it on an offer because I had an event on Wayfair at the time. So yay for this rug. So that's the room. That's what I've been busy with. I am very happy with this. I'm not the only one who's very happy with this. We are eating at a dinner table every time we have our dinners like human beings instead of eating on the sofa in front of the TV. We do have a little bit of entertainment here if we feel the need, you know, but yeah, I've noticed I'm not on my phone when I eat, which is really nice. We have so much more space in the kitchen and it just feels so nice and airy, and it just feels like it's improved quality of life. I don't want to be over dramatic or anything, but yeah, it just makes me feel so happy. I've worked so hard on this room and it's paid off. If you have a few ideas of how I could organize things better, or what else would look nice in this room, I will welcome your comments down below. But like I said, please no judgment on how things were before. It just happens, especially if you have small children. Like if you are in that phase of life right now with small children and it just feels like everything is a mess all the time, it won't be like that forever. They will grow out of it. So I am hoping that also this video is inspiration for you. If you have a project that's very overwhelming, my top tips are breaking the tasks down. Write them down, and then you might find that that one task you've written down actually can be broken down in 3 other tasks, and it makes it so much more manageable. And if you give yourself done timers as well, so if you give yourself a timer, 15 minutes, I'm gonna do this little section, then at least you've accomplished that day, and little by little you will get there. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I did say 2024 is going to be the year I sort my life out. It's basically just sort my house out and declutter as much as I can. I'm never going to be a minimalist, but I don't want to hold on to things that I'm not using and that are just taking space and causing mental clutter. And that's a big goal for me this year. So you might see more videos like this, but I will also have still beauty on this channel because I still love beauty so much. I'm just trying to have different aspects of me, I suppose, on my channel. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.